Welcome back, everybody. If you are back, kind of doubt you are, but if you are, welcome back to the podcast.
Welcome back to Stop the Insanity.
Yeah, I don't like saying the name like that. It makes me.
You got to say it, I think.
Anyway, welcome back to Stop the Insanity. We actually have a guest again.
The same guest.
Psycho from episode 2 or whatever it was.
Episode 3.
3.
Brian.
He's back just because he wanted to come and watch, and then we were like, well, you know, why watch? Just sit down and bullshit.
Yeah, what is there to watch?
Yeah, it's not a lot to watch.
Thank you both for having me back. It's my pleasure.
Fuck yourself. So, first off, I guess we need to talk about, do you want to talk about this shooting? That's
which one?
The Walmart fiasco?
Yes.
That's the latest thing I've seen on there.
Yep. Distraction.
It has to be a distraction for something.
Yeah. I think Frazzle Drip's fixing to drop.
Frazzle Drip?
That's that video with Clinton.
Oh, yeah.
You think it's really going to happen?
I saw some legit-looking screenshots on 8chan the other day.
Oh, my God.
I don't think that's ever going to show its face.
So why would they need a shooting for that?
I don't think it's a distraction. I think y'all are...
Keep it out of the news.
Y'all are full of shit on that. I think it's just a crazy guy that got tired of Mexicans.
Oh, the guy went in there and shot him. I ain't read anything about him. All I heard was he was a liberal. That's all I heard.
I heard he was not a liberal.
I heard he was a white supremacist or some shit.
Well, you can be both.
Oh, you can be a liberal white supremacist?
Yeah.
I don't know. The story that I read said that he was tired of the Mexican invasion in his town, and so he was going to, I guess, go to Walmart and shoot the place up. Apparently, he was just picking out Mexicans instead of...
Then he should have gone to gas stations.
Walmart.
Or Lowe's.
That's racial.
Well, everybody goes to Walmart. I mean, we had a Walmart.
I'm just saying, don't they line up outside of Lowe's?
I always thought Home Depot is like the more...
We had a Mississippi, like a Walmart shooting, but it wasn't much to it. It was just a couple of people. Yeah. We had one in like
South Haven.
South Haven.
Yeah, he just shot... They put him on suspension. He went in and shot the manager and the assistant manager.
Yeah, just because he was pissed at them. It wasn't like a...
He whooped a knife out to show one of his coworkers the day before, and they suspended him. Pop, pop.
It wasn't politically motivated, though. He was just pissed off that he got fired, I guess.
They didn't fire him. They just suspended him.
Yeah, I was just about to say, for a suspension.
But just think...
I'd want the day off.
If you lose that lucrative Walmart career, how mad you would really be.
Killing mad, apparently. I mean, there's always Target.
Anyway, what else is going on? That story it really doesn't fucking interest me.
Yeah, I don't. But they're twisting it now. Even Trump's blaming the video games.
Yeah, I think you can just blame it on one dumb fuck that went.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Everybody tries to tie it to something. It don't have to be tied to something.
No, there's 300 million people, and one dumbass done it this weekend.
Yeah,
I'm leaning toward him being an MK Ultra, and
he was too young.
Think he was a plant?
I think he's too young for that. He looked pretty young. And
no, that's when they get him. They get him when they're young. They're sexually abused, and they put him this psychiatrist.
Oh, here we go.
Or they're like handlers.
So they're still doing MK Ultra? Thought that shit ended in the 70s or something.
No, yeah, they stopped telling you about it. They ramped it up. They figured out everything they need to know. They can really do legit mind control, but they got to get you young.
With LSD?
They got to break you.
Are they doing it with acid?
I don't know if they still use it. I think it's more electric shock and trauma. Create your mind splits to be able to deal with it.
I think, what's the other drug? Not acid, but the one that makes you see the...
DMT?
DMT.
Oh, that's naturally occurring in our heads.
Yeah, but sure enough, DMT. Have you ever read the stories on that shit?
I've gone a step further, and I smoked some on some...
Allegedly.
Bush. No, this ain't... I did this. I was sitting on my couch in the living room, and the brick walls, it sort of looked like the Matrix, but in multicolors. It was quite awesome. I highly recommend it.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's best.
Did you see any beings or anything?
No, it only lasted like 10, 15 minutes.
But it's supposed to string out and feel like forever, though, right?
And a person you both know was there yapping away to me the whole time, you know.
Fucking it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Well.
But yeah, if you got some.
Fresh out.
Damn it.
But anything else you want to talk about in the current events before we get into our
topics?
World events? Or
surely you got some news jotted down.
Yeah, I do.
I didn't bring any notes.
They signed the first federal death warrants to killed 5 people a couple weeks ago.
Finally.
Kill
It's just murderers and
People
shit
on
that's
death
been
row.
on death row
For
the federal government.
yeah, because
They hadn't killed anybody since '03.
Oh, okay.
And then they've only done 3 since the 60s, like Timothy McVeigh and 2 others.
Who were the lucky 5?
The new 5, none of them catch my attention.
Really?
Mm.
Just random
Just
dudes.
random
I can't
5
think of
people.
one either, yeah. I know who's going to be on that list, though.
Who?
A certain John Podesta, Hillary Clinton.
No, they're not on that list.
Oh, they're going to
Oh,
Hell
okay.
no.
watch and see.
No, Hillary's untouchable. She knows too much.
She's a liability now.
Let's
She
don't
doesn't
turn
have
this.
power.
Let's
She
don't
doesn't
turn
have
this
power.
into the
I was fixing a segue.
pedo. We're not there yet. We're still on the news.
My bad.
But yeah, she definitely a pedophile. No doubt. But
I don't
we'll
know.
get- yeah, for sure. We'll get into that in a minute. Oh, I saw something cool that I wanted to talk about. It's actually on the lighter side. It's nothing to do with all this depressing dark shit. This dude in France built this fucking hoverboard
He
that
tried to go across the channel.
he went across. He
He only made it 3/4 is when I saw it.
No,
He went and made it.
He stopped. He had to stop. It's 22 miles across the English Channel, and this motherfucker's literally on a hoverboard.
We're talking Back to the Future 2
Back
style?
to the Future shit.
No, it's one of them fucking things. Yeah, but he was way up there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No,
Well,
he
the
wasn't.
standing ones.
Yeah, he wasn't just right above the ground. He was 100 foot up or something. And
Ballsy.
it had like 4 little tiny jet engines on it. But he went about 11 miles, landed it on a boat in the English Channel. Now the waves and shit. Landed on the boat, refueled it, and then went back up and he was going over the cliffs and shit when he got to the other side and landed it. It was badass.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right there.
I don't know if he's going to market it or whatever, but it was pretty damn cool.
I mean, the only reason we don't have jetpacks is because, it would be shooting the flames out and burn your legs off.
yeah, it wasn't doing none of that shit. I couldn't get a
We have standing platform, I think.
Yeah, I couldn't find a video of it, but I saw just a bunch of still pictures of it. It was super cool. He said it like his leg muscles were just killing him. It was just, because you're fighting. He said at one point he was going over 100 miles an hour.
Oh, my God.
And he's just standing on a damn board, so the wind is just beating the shit out of him, and he's trying to, support himself. And he said his legs were just on fire by the time he got there. But other than that, it'd be pretty cool.
I don't even go 100 miles an hour in my car.
Hell no.
I don't either anymore.
That's it.
Anything else?
This Baltimore shit. What, you been listening to that?
Elijah.
No. I
Yeah. So
when I hear Baltimore, I tune out.
well,
I don't give a
I
shit
guess
about
they've
Baltimore.
got
Not
like
an Orioles fan. Not an Orioles.
they've got a horrible rat problem, and they won't take the trash away from the houses and stuff. Like
They're
the
on
trash
strike?
people just work where they want to or when they want to.
Are they on strike or something? Are they
No, they just say fuck going into these neighborhoods.
Oh, because they're so dangerous?
I guess. Or they're so whatever.
You've never seen The Wire?
No, I didn't watch
Oh,
The Wire.
really?
Mm-mm.
Okay, watch The Wire and to show you everything you need to know about Baltimore. It's
Well, so Trump called the congressman or senator. Is he a congressman?
Cummings. He's a congressman.
Well, he called him out because it's his district. But now Trump, for trying to help the low-income minority population, is a racist because he called out a black guy.
Oh, I did hear about that part of it. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, that.
They called him a racist because he used the word infested with rats and rodents.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and apparently that
Well, they said there were like 5 million rats or some shit like that. I mean, it was some ungodly number.
there's video of the mayor touring those places going, oh, we just need to tear this whole shit all down.
I feel sorry for the guy that had to count the fucking rats.
Yeah, really.
Can you imagine that, John?
Some young Trump supporter has
Exactly 5 million.
and they're gonna clean up the neighborhoods or something like that.
Yeah, I saw him riding around with trucks and shit, loading up garbage.
So why they're not cleaning up Detroit like that? Baltimore is more important.
Well, now you get thirsty.
Detroit's
you can't
a
drink the water
shithole.
in Detroit. It's full of lead.
Well, I think they've given up on Detroit. You can buy a house in Detroit for like $200.
If only I had that kind of money.
The house, the house and land, $200. I think it would be wise if you had a lot of money to just go buy up half of Detroit and let the jungle take it over. Just turn that shit into pasture land. I mean, you can get it dirt cheap right now.
They ain't making any more of it.
No, if I had money, I'd buy Detroit,
What the fuck are you gonna do with it?
burn that motherfucker to the ground, and put cows on it.
They'd say you couldn't. It was fucking protected. You had to have a.
If I own it, I'll burn it.
That ain't how it works.
No.
Well, you can't.
That's the law. That's the law.
You can't own land. You just rent land.
Right, you don't own
Yeah.
No, you don't
fucking
own
thing
shit.
in America.
You don't own your car. You don't own your house. You don't own
No.
nothing.
Nothing.
You pay taxes on it. You don't own it.
Apparently, there's something called a land patent if you get a land patent, you actually own that land all the way to the center of the earth and all the way to heaven.
I think that's bullshit.
I've heard that.
I bet that's something like the Queen of England can,
Maybe.
issue.
Like, people can't even fly over this shit. Apparently, people in America own land patents. There's some, I think it's grandfathered in shit. They're probably not issuing any new ones. But if you own the patent, you don't have to pay taxes. That's your shit.
I know people that like own their land, but they don't own the mineral rights.
Yeah.
To what's under it.
Yeah, you can split it up like that. But apparently, you own everything if you got the patent. But I don't. It may be bullshit. I haven't looked into it.
If the government wants it, they're going to take it.
Yeah, they're going to get it.
Eminent domain. Yeah.
Yeah. What is that? How is that even remotely legal?
If they,
I need that. I'm taking it. And back to Baltimore, they've gotten $16 billion in like the past year. And now people are finally asking, what the hell are you doing with all this money? This place looks like shit.
yeah, that shit never goes to the right place.
How do you waste $1 billion in a year, much less 16?
They're buying mansions and islands and
Yeah, they said that, what was his name, Elijah
Cummings
said that somebody broke in his house and he had like $10 million worth of artwork.
But he scared him off because he yelled at him real loud because he doesn't have guns, you know.
What's this bastard doing with $10 million with art?
He only makes $175,000 a year.
He's been in Congress since like the 70s.
A hell of an
He
investor.
married the Morning Joe fuckers, Joe and...
He married a dude?
He married them. He officiated their wedding.
Oh.
Yeah. Morning Joe and Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski. Her
Don't know.
father was President Carter's national security advisor. He's the one that's credited with pushing the New World Order agenda.
A bunch of them do that shit.
Oh, man, they're all...
But yeah,
fucking-
talking about charities. This is way off the damn subject, but I don't give a shit. I just can't give to charities, dude. There's only one charity in this world that I would give to, and that's St. Jude. The rest of them, fuck them.
I understand, but the St. Jude, because I just don't think all the money's going there. But as far as charity goes, Red Cross is nothing but...
Red Cross is
It's run by...
Yeah, it's a
run by
sham.
pedophiles to get blood for them. I'm dead serious.
I know it's a sham. I know that.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
oh,
bull.
yeah. We're having all that money for Haiti. Haiti's still a shithole.
Yeah, I think all the money for Haiti went to Clinton's brother.
Well, they had to pay off a lot of people, though.
But what I was saying about the charities, I don't give a shit if all the money's going to St. Jude or not, because if your kid has cancer and you take them there, you don't owe shit.
Yeah.
So regardless if they're keeping some or not, whatever, I don't care. As long as there are people getting help.
And not getting charged.
Yeah. So I'm a big
okay.
dog. I'm a big dog lover. You know that, right?
So you a PETA bitch?
No, hell no. I'm none of that shit.
PETA kills more dogs than anybody.
No,
After it fucks them.
I'm not in.
Probably.
You know, you see all these ASPCA commercials.
Man, I turned the channel on that shit.
I don't know.
Well, they're
what that
sad
is.
as shit.
Well, they got them sad ass.
Arms of the Angels,
Okay,
whatever.
I got that.
So I keep seeing them. I'm like, damn, this is sad looking ass dog. You know. So I was like, I might actually just give them my debit card and let them take $20 a month or whatever. And before I did it, well, I like dogs. Before I did
that's
it,
a lot of money.
yeah, it is. Before I did it, I was like, I'm gonna look at their website and just check it out. The CEO of the ASPCA makes on paper $500,000 a year.
Justifiable.
So I was like,
He really needs to.
that's just one person up there. There's
It's
no,
a non-profit.
no.
Yeah, nobody profits but the
if you want to help
motherfuckers.
dogs, go straight to your local, your local dog.
And buy them a bag of food and take
Yeah,
it down there.
do
So-
that shit. Don't
Yeah.
give it to.
Yeah.
Don't give it to all those damn.
Oh, give love. Give it to where people you know.
Yeah, just take
Yeah, if a motherfucker breaks down on the road, buy him a tire.
Yeah.
do that.
You know, give him some canned goods in town.
That's what Andrew Dice Clay used to say. He said, I might not give to a charity, but I'll give a homeless man, $3
A fucking house.
Yeah.
You know, a story I heard about Trump, and I heard this way, way before he even thought about this. Is in the 90s. I heard a story, I think it was on the news maybe, that this guy had broke down in a limo. Did you hear this shit?
Yeah.
His limos broke down, and he's rich, and his driver don't know shit about cars or whatever. This guy pulls up behind him, and he's like, "Gonna help you out." They're on their way to some meeting or some shit, and they're like, "Well, we're trying to get a tow truck, blah blah blah." And he says, "Well, it's just a flat. I'll change it." So he just popped
The
trunk.
fucking driver didn't know how to change a flat?
No.
Loser.
He's a
He's from
limo
the city,
driver.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a city limo
Yeah.
driver. He don't know shit.
Disgraceful.
So the guy change the flat for him. He's walking back to his car and the back window rolls down and it's Donald Trump. And he's like, man, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. You know, what's your name and all that stuff. And he introduced himself. And like the next day, Trump paid off every bill that dude had. Paid his house off. Yeah, everything. You don't hear those stories.
It was on the news. It was the local New York news, yeah.
When you were up there, you heard it? Fuck boy. You fucking Trump shield.
Trump's the greatest president in my lifetime.
I like Trump.
Shoot. I was going to bring this up. The guest list for Bohemian Grove 2018 came out.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood was on.
Bullshit.
I ain't bullshitting, dude. I ain't bullshitting.
So he was worshiping Al.
I'm not saying he was doing anything. There was like 1,000 people there.
He probably... Did he go?
I don't know.
I bet he didn't go.
He was just on the guest list. That's all they said.
I bet they were like, it would be awesome if we could get Clint Eastwood.
I agree.
Send him an invitation.
You may be 100% right.
And then he read it and he was like, fuck y'all.
Yeah, or he went.
No. Clint Eastwood is no.
I mean, I like Josie Wells as much as the next guy, but come on.
I'm just telling you.
He's still out there.
I like the spaghetti westerns more, I think.
I'm just saying, if you say something about Clint Eastwood, I'm going to come across this table and knock the fuck out of you.
Damn, Mac. We forgot our new names. He's Mac. I'm Rizzo.
Oh, yeah. I'm Mac. I decided my name.
I know. I forgot that.
Yeah.
And I'm Rizzo.
Yeah.
Rizzo. Fat Tony Rizzo.
Fat Tony Rizzo. So that was the only nickname I could think of that he had was Fat Tony Rizzo. So we're going to...
needs work.
No.
MAC, Mac.
Mac.
Oh, I know where you get it from.
And that was called that. When I was young, that was my nickname.
Like a Mac truck.
No, not like a Mac. No, it has nothing to do with a Mac truck. Don't put that out there.
He used to play with them in the dirt. Whoa, whoa, mama, whoa, whoa.
Fuck y'all to death. Anyway, I don't give a shit. Call me Mac if you want to.
I think Mac and Rizzo sounds pretty
I'm going to
good.
call you Rizzo from now on. If I can think about it. That shirt you're wearing is gay as hell.
I bought it for a dime.
Pissing me off.
Let's get on to our topic. We're rambling like hell. I got to go. I can't stay here all day with you.
Things to do.
Oh,
he's not used to having something to do, so he's going to be there 2 hours early.
Yeah, probably. Our topic for today is the Clinton hit list, or I guess the
body count.
The body count, the Clinton machine. Apparently, I'd always heard about it, but I never looked into it much. But apparently they're like a mafia family, just killing and just destroying people along their way. And apparently they killed like 100. The list I saw was 119.
Oh, they're lowballing you.
I'm sure it's more.
The only list I saw had like 49.
Yeah, that's just the kind of confirmed ones. There's shit tons of others.
Even if the list was 3.
Yeah, really.
It'd be pretty
pretty
crazy.
It said that 13 people died of gunshots or murder cases. 13 people on the list now. This was a 49.
These are all people that are associated with the Clintons.
Associated with the Clintons or investigating or bodyguards or something like that. 12 of them suicide.
See,
now, I'm 40-something years old and I only know one person committed suicide. They have 12 people on their list.
I guess I got to update the list.
Check out their bodyguards.
Let me tell you what my list says. I'll just read it out. 20 suicides, closely related to the Clintons. 22 bodyguards dead. 56 military and law enforcement that had something to do with investigating them or a witness to something. And let's see, 7 women I think Bill Clinton was banging, and he shut them up. One of them was pregnant with his kid.
I heard that one of them was
back
pregnant.
I guess it was in the 70s, 80s or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was like 7 months pregnant. So that
counts as 2.
Really, that's a double homicide. Yeah. 5 fundraisers, 13 lawyers.
7 of them died in plane crashes.
Yeah, a lot of them in plane crashes.
I don't know anybody that died in a fucking plane crash.
Nope.
23 witnesses, 5 medical people, 11 political staff members. And I think this list is old. I think ever since this Pizzagate shit, they've been slaughtering them like hell.
Oh, you're missing a lot of doctors on that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of shit that I missed, but that's the gist of it.
They've just been in power for so long that everybody was scared of them.
It all started back when he was Attorney General. Is that what he was?
Attorney General in Arkansas.
Before he became governor?
Before he became governor, yes.
So he started, they were running drugs through this Mena airport.
Mena, right.
Yeah.
I read a bunch of them were tied to that.
And that's the thing about it. It's not all one conspiracy they're hiding. It's like 7 or 8 different.
George H.W. Bush owned that trafficking site, that Mena.
Yeah, he started it or some
but
shit.
He just, he paid Bill Clinton and says, you're not going to investigate this. And then you're into the family. You involves deep.
Is that how that happened?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they say the Clintons and the Bushes were real tight.
Oh, they are. They are.
So
are the Obamas in the Bush.
So apparently
that
back in the 80s and 90s, Arkansas was the place to get your cocaine. It was like the hub. So they were flying tons of this shit in and out of the airport. I think it all started with these two boys that stumbled upon a drop site or something.
Yes.
Apparently, they said the two boys had been smoking weed and fell asleep on the railroad tracks.
Yeah.
As one is to do.
But then later, they realized they were stabbed and maybe shot, heads bashed in and all this shit. Once they started that investigation, that was a lot more people they had to kill to cover that up. And then it just snowballed and snowballed. And I guess that finally went away. And then they moved on to their next covert op.
Inslaw or Inslane or some tech company.
Arkansas.
You're talking about the technology?
Bankruptcy. The company that went bankrupt? Inslaw?
Enron?
No.
No, INSLAN, Inslon?
That's the one that did the Promise, whatever it was called the Promise.
What year?
Oh, this was early 90s.
Early 90s?
Early to mid 90s.
That's where Whitewater started.
This was a technology. This was like
a technology company?
Yeah.
What it was something.
They declared bankruptcy.
Some kind of program. If we're thinking about the same thing, it was a program they designed to collect your info. Back in the early days of technology, the United States put a back door in it so they could tell.
Right.
And then sold it.
That.
Then they sold it to all these countries around the world. They could get their information because they knew the back way into it.
But the company declared bankruptcy or something. And when they did, I guess the bankruptcy court opened up a bunch of files on it.
Yeah.
People just ended up dying and dead.
And the Clintons.
I don't think I'd ever heard of that one.
Yeah,
the Clintons were involved in that too.
Yeah.
So that was the
Spiro guy.
Maybe
he supposedly killed his wife and 3 kids, and then they found him suicide in a car taking cyanide. Where the hell did he get cyanide?
Oh man.
A lot of these people that were suicides that were shot 3 times in the head.
Yeah, I saw one that was shot twice in the chest. I didn't see anybody shot.
A lot of them were shot in the back of the head.
Right, I saw a couple of them in the back of the head.
It was called suicide, and
Vince Foster's probably the famous.
Yeah, he's the one that was in the park.
Guess who was also on the Patrick Starr special counsel team? Brett Kavanaugh was one of the lawyers on that.
Really?
Yeah, he hates the Clintons apparently, like with a passion.
Talking about Admiral Jeremy Borda, he was one of the guys. He went home for lunch and they was going to do a Newsweek interview that afternoon. Shot himself twice in the chest. Ruled suicide.
One dude was in a bathtub, zipped up in a damn duffel bag. He was like totally zipped in it, and it was locked, and the key was in his pocket, and that was a suicide.
Well, he shouldn't have locked himself in there.
He was just framing something.
I think he had also been shot and shit. He wasn't just.
I think he was English.
He wasn't just suffocating. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, once he became president, I mean, you got control of the military, of the Secret Service. That Waco shit alone, they're responsible for all those deaths.
Well, the only 4 ATF agents killed at Waco?
Yeah.
All 4 of them were previous Clinton bodyguards. Yeah. And they all said they had burns where the pistol shots went off to the left temple on all 4 of them.
Close enough to make the powder burns. Whatever.
I mean, they made it seem like they ran in that window upstairs, and they all just got capped right there. But it was like they went in there, and then 3 more guys went in there, and then the 3 guys that went in second came back out.
I don't think Waco was a cult. I think it was a drug, child, and weapons trafficking.
Part of the
Clinton criminal. That's what I think.
I never even thought of that.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm sure they were banging kids. There's not a cult. There's not a cult that's ever existed that don't automatically go to banging kids.
I mean, I guess it's the most evil thing you can do. So
I don't know.
Worship Satan.
That's their thing, though. I mean, you think about it. Every Jonestown or you name it, they always end up first. They're like, "I'm gonna bang your wife."
Yeah, they always want your wife.
Yeah, and that goes on for a couple of years just to fill you out. And they're like, "Yeah, your son's hot too."
Yeah.
Damn it.
Why would they do such?
What was I thinking? But it's too late. But
I can't get out now. He didn't fuck my wife.
I'm not sure Clintons were involved in Waco. That seems like a long.
Oh yeah, they were intimately involved. Hillary was basically running that operation.
That seems like a long way to go to kill 4 people. You have to.
I'm not saying that was the only reason.
That was just happened to coincidence. We're doing it anyway. We might as well wipe these 4 fuckers.
It was also a sacrifice during like one of their Satan holidays.
Who was the sacrifice?
The whole Waco people.
The ATF agents were sacrificed? Or they were doing sacrifices that weekend? Is that what you're saying?
This is the weekend.
It coincides with that. Yeah.
I'll tell you who else that I don't know. Maybe not, maybe so. Anthony Bourdain.
You think he was killed by the Clintons?
Yeah.
I know he was probably killed, but...
So Anthony Bourdain's girlfriend was this Italian actress.
Which?
I don't know.
She was a witch?
Oh, look at her Instagram pictures.
Maybe so.
That bitch was fucking nuts.
Either way, apparently Harvey Weinstein...
Was she hot? No, okay.
I don't think so. Harvey Weinstein raped her.
Yeah, Harvey Weinstein raped her.
It's not rape if you let him.
I don't know. I don't know
Surely,
about that.
it's more of coercion into sex. I don't know if that's rape.
I think she was climbing up the old social ladder.
A little trade.
Yeah.
I'll trade you this for that.
Casting couch type shit. Either way, she claimed that he raped her, and she told Anthony Bourdain about it. Mm-hmm. So he gets pissed. Then the Clintons, Harvey Weinstein was this big contributor to their whole deal. Right. And so he put like a lot of the money in the Clinton Foundation and their bullshit. But anyway, he didn't like the Clintons' response to it. He wanted Hillary to say, fuck that guy. I can't stand it. She didn't do any of that. And
so was he a friend of the Clintons? Bourdain or something?
He was their cook.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. Who else cooked children better than Anthony Bourdain?
He didn't cook any kids. I like that dude.
I bet he did. You should see. Go through this dude's Instagram. He's got pics of fucking kids in jars and shit.
Anthony Bourdain.
So you're saying he was mad because his girlfriend got raped, and all of a sudden you're whooping out he was cooking kids and in on the shit.
He was cooking kids for a lot of them. On Jeffrey Epstein's island, he'd been there.
This has gone too far.
He was a chef for the stars.
No, he wasn't cooking babies.
Hey, all I'm saying is, I know it's a fact, 100%.
He's so full of shit. Anyway, he
got killed because he tweeted, I have information that will lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I never see that tweet. I saw a couple of tweets where he said, Bill Clinton is a rapist and a piece of shit, and, he's a groper and this and that. I never saw anything where he was about to bust him out on something. He was just basically calling him a piece of shit. He did say toward the end that they were... Her people were harassing him. Yeah. He said, I've been on the receiving end of her people.
After that, he wrote, I have information that will lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton. I think he was dead like a week or two later.
Apparently he hung himself is what they said.
With a red scarf. Now, they did say that.
That's their calling card. That's the cabal's calling card.
Really?
Oh, they did the same thing to a bitch named Kate Spade. And they made her husband wear it's a Disney movie called The Rescuers. It's a mouse mask. He wore that shit out in public. There's pictures on fucking New York Post about that shit.
Why was he wearing a mouse mask?
Basically saying, yeah, I'm a rat, and I'm not gonna talk out about you.
Oh.
Yeah, because she was making handbags out of human flesh for the...
oh my God, where did this go? Where did we get off track?
I don't know.
Y'all just don't have the background information of these people.
I'm not that deep into the pedophilia part. And I'm not... or pedo, whatever. I'm not doubting it. I actually believe most of it. I just can't stand looking into it, man. It makes me sick.
You got to, because a light has to be shined on to keep the kids that are in there right now to get them the fuck out of it.
I'm going to let you shine the light. I just can't hardly look that shit up, dude. It hurts me. I can't stand to read it.
We're not on that topic.
No, we're talking about... Well, we kind of are, because I think that's why the Clintons...
Bourdain.
I got tons on Hillary.
I think that's why they're killing people nowadays. I mean, their hit list is still growing.
Oh, an FBI agent that was investigating the Clinton Foundation, for some unknown reason, he was on a dance floor down in Miami.
And his gun jumped out. Is that the one?
Pulled out his gun and shot himself right on the dance floor.
That might be drugs.
It felt so bad about investigating.
Well, how did they make him do that?
I'm telling you, that MK Ultra shit is real, dude.
So he heard the right song and the right verse?
But I don't think he killed himself. There was like two other...
Oh, you think somebody walked up behind him and shot him?
Yeah. All the investigation was squashed. The police weren't allowed to investigate or anything like that. FBI closed it up and wrapped it up.
Oh, okay.
They do that. They suppress a lot of that shit, man.
A doctor that was over in Haiti, he died 6 months to a year ago.
Yeah, he was the last one on my list that I saw.
When did...
He said he had a whole briefcase full of shit, but no briefcase turned up.
When she was Secretary of State during when that earthquake in Haiti happened, one of her best friends, Laura something, was smuggling 33 Haitian kids out of the country. She got caught and they put her in jail.
Well, she was trying to help him.
Yeah, she was trying to help him get to Epstein Island so they could chop him up and Anthony Bourdain could serve him on a platter.
Silsby? Yeah.
Desert name Silsby. I have to look that up because I didn't hear anything about that.
But that's where they made a lot of their money, wasn't it? The Clinton Foundation during that hurricane or whatever it was in Haiti, earthquake.
Russia gave the Clinton Foundation $140 million so she would okay the sale of 20% of our uranium to Russia.
Yeah, I read that.
Yeah, she did sell that shit. They did.
She was one of nine. She was one of nine that approved it. Bill Clinton got $500,000 for doing a talk like a week before that shit went down too.
Well, I read they were saying the Clinton Foundation, they were claiming 90% of their income went to charity and shit. And they actually looked it up on their tax records, and it was 5.7% is what I
thought it was 3.
Either way.
So what was the rest? Traveling and salaries and shit?
Just banging kids on islands, I guess.
All the Clinton Foundation is.
They've sold you, Mac. They've got you, Mac.
Hey, you can't deny that shit anymore.
I can deny it.
No.
It's an international child trafficking organization.
How many people are getting caught? And I mean, it's just coming out every day.
One of the bigwigs at the Clinton Foundation got arrested and convicted for raping an infant.
Oh, dear God. See, I can't read shit like that.
Now, you're hanging around these type of people?
Oh, that seems to be all they hang around.
I judge you by the company you keep. I mean, I know y'all are assholes.
Well, I'm
You're
fucked.
hanging out with me. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're all trash.
Yeah.
Skank is what I
Skank, white trash. Anyway, what?
Anyway, back to the body counts. So it is continuing to stack. But what I don't understand, okay, I have this question, Brian and Mac. Here's my question: Why is Hillary like out front? You don't hear shit about Bill. Was Bill just a face man to start with when he was president? So. Was he just a puppet for Hillary when he was president?
I think Hillary's already been the president.
That's what I'm saying. Was he just the front for her because she knew it wasn't time for a woman to get president?
She wore the strap on in that family.
Because you never hear Bill's name. Really. You never hear Bill's name.
The only time they bring him up is when it's a sex scandal. Apparently, he just loves to rape people. But
so is that all he was?
Power dynamics
I think so.
Of the Clinton family is that Hillary runs it. She's a high-level witch in this country. He's all about the pussy and the coke. Chelsea Clinton, that isn't even Bill's daughter.
Now, Chelsea came out this week saying the Satanic Church should be noted or recognized by the United States government as a real church.
She's on the board of the Clinton Foundation. She more or less runs it. She's fucked.
Who, Chelsea?
Yeah, she's fucked.
But she's not Bill's daughter?
She's not Bill's daughter, no. She's Hillary's daughter, though. I forget the guy's name. Oh, you should see a picture of it. It's nuts. That's all Bill Clinton ever cared about. He was all about the pussy and getting fucked.
Yeah, he just kind of partied.
So he was just
She's all about the fucking power.
And the money.
Yeah.
So he was just playing saxophone on Arsenio to get her elected, basically.
I'll tell you, if you call him a sex addict, she's a power addict.
I would imagine we may be stretching this shit a little, but I would imagine she had a lot of influence on what he did as president. I'll just say that. I'll say that as on a conservative level.
Oh, on NBC, I think she said she referred to the presidency as we. You can't have our papers. You're not going to look at our records.
And that's another thing. People that are looking into these 33,000 emails, everybody that looks into that shit gets killed. That's been happening. That's a lot of their recent death toll. Investigative reporters, journalists that are trying to recover these emails, they're dead. And they'll go on the radio and be like, look, I'm not suicidal.
Going to kill myself.
I'm not. You listen to me. I'm not going to kill myself. If you hear that, it's bullshit. 2 days later, he's dead.
Recently, a state senator in Arkansas was investigating the Child Protective Service of Arkansas. She tweeted, I have information that will lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton. She was dead about a day and a half later.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You say what you want about the Clintons, but they've got to be geniuses. How do you get away with murder for that damn long?
Well, when you make so many sacrifices to Moloch, he gives you all that power.
I don't believe in that shit.
Whether or not you believe in it doesn't matter. It's true.
I think God, Jesus Christ, is the only one with any power. I don't believe in these.
He has ultimate power, but Satan runs this world.
Who is Moloch? Is that some kind of Greek shit or something?
He's an ancient Canaanite deity of child sacrifice.
Is that Druid shit?
Canaanite.
I don't know what a Canaanite is.
Where the Jews were, next door neighbor to the Jews. God said, hey, go over there and kill every one of them. Man, woman, and child are completely evil.
Yeah, okay. That rings a bell. I failed Sunday school, but yeah. That's vaguely familiar to me.
But they didn't kill them all.
They didn't. They didn't kill some of the kids, and then they started fucking some of the women, and they corrupted Israel. This shit goes back thousands upon thousands and upon thousands of years. They've been sacrificing kids. They've been eating kids. They've been getting fucked up off their blood. This is a fact. You just don't see it because why would you announce it nowadays? Back then, they didn't give a fuck.
I just don't see getting power off blood.
You get power from the demons.
Well, you believe in Jesus?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you believe in that, you got to believe in the bad parts. Now, I'm not going as far as this motherfucker.
We drank grape juice. It wasn't blood.
Yeah, we did.
It was Welch's.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I ate the saltines.
Yeah.
It was good.
Welch's and a shitty cracker. It was a soda cracker.
Better than eating literal flesh, I suppose.
Are we off topic? I feel like we are.
I don't know that we were ever on the fucking topic.
Hillary Clinton is the lead head witch in this country.
You think so?
Yes, but lately everybody's been turning their backs on her because they know she's fucked. Obama unfollowed her on Twitter. Michelle Obama, Mike Obama,
Big Mike.
He deleted all previous tweets that had anything to do with Hillary Clinton. They're turning their back on her.
Look,
there's a rumor that Bill Clinton was arrested July 26th and is being held in a brig in Greenland right now.
For what? DUI?
Crimes against humanity.
Greenland?
Yeah, with the Air Force Base in Greenland.
Oh, okay.
That's another, not Air Force One, the Navy version of it, the helicopter version. Marine One. Everybody that's ever flown the Clintons around is dead as hell.
Yeah.
All the pilots, Marine One, are dead. 4 of them died at one time, I think. A couple months later, the other 2 died.
Oh, this ex-Secret Service agent that worked during the Clinton White House, he wrote a book. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, the one of them wrote a series. It was 3 books. It was drugs, murder, and something else. Did they kill him? Is he dead yet?
I don't know if he's the one alive. I know one of the guys who wrote a book is dead. One of them's alive, as far as I know.
I mean, I'm assuming if it's not a real thing, it's hell of a coincidence. I mean,
it's way hell of a coincidence.
Yeah.
All these summits has got to be getting killed for something.
Too much coincidence.
I'll agree with that. Yeah.
Why is Alex Jones still alive? I figured they would have killed his ass.
He's a massage shill.
I wouldn't think they would want him talking shit like that.
He just disinformation. He distracts you from the truth.
He's the one.
Now, I don't know what the fucking truth is.
He's the one that I first heard they were pedophiles and all that shit from.
Yeah.
Really? I don't remember him saying that.
He said that on Joe Rogan's podcast, episode 911, if you want to look it up.
I'm not a big fan of Joe Rogan either, but
Joe Rogan's all right.
I like Joe Rogan. He's a little liberal for me, but I enjoy his podcast. That's the only podcast I ever really listened to I kind of
enjoyed the show.
I've broadened it out a little bit now, but that was the first podcast I ever listened to. And Joe Rogan's smart as hell, dude.
Oh, yeah, he is.
I will be happy to tell Joe Rogan in person on his podcast how awesome he is.
I'll be happy to disagree with him.
But I'll disagree with him. But he loves DMT too, so I'm sure we would get along.
Yeah, he's a big DMT proponent. He loves that shit. He's always talking about it.
It's produced by the body.
That's what got me interested in it. Was actually Joe Rogan.
I just can't imagine how that would be a good thing.
It would be scary.
Like, it would freak me the fuck out.
It's in your body. It gets.
I understand what it is.
Yeah, your time to death, so you're not so
right. The euphoric thing, so you don't get so scared when you're about to die. I understand all that, but what I'm saying is, I think it would freak me the fuck out.
I know it would.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like, I get nervous.
Have you ever watched a video of people doing it?
No, I watched that stupid ayahuasca TV show.
It's so intense that
I love that.
They'll get a guy. You have to. I guess you smoke it, right?
You can. Yeah.
So
they drink it in tea on that ayahuasca.
Yeah, well, you drink ayahuasca, but you smoke DMT.
I thought it was the same thing.
It's so instant.
No.
Oh, it's not?
DMT is in ayahuasca. It's so instant that the guy has to hold the pipe and light it for you.
Are you drop it?
Yeah, because as soon as you hit it, you're gone.
Yeah.
They'll just show the video, and the dude will just be sitting there with a blank look in his eye for like 12 minutes. And then he'll just shake his head and be like, oh, shit.
That's the greatest thing ever.
But they all claim to see these
aliens,
these beings.
Little grays, yeah.
The little people, like leprechaun-looking people
trolls.
that live. Trolls, that's what it is. Trolls.
Well, that and gray aliens. Yeah.
But normally, the normal trip is they'll be in this dome. there's all these little beings, trolls, whatever you want to call them, that are running around in that dome, and they're just fucking with you. They're like, we've been waiting on you to get here. And,
evil spirits.
Yeah, and they're joking with you and making fun of you and shit.
So this is what near-death experiences are? The release of that DMT?
Supposedly.
A lot of them probably. Yeah.
Supposedly, that's what it...
You know, your body releases it freaking out, and then you survive. Yeah. So you remember the near-death experience because of the DMT?
I think it's just really just drops the veil of reality.
Yeah, I've been close to death a couple times. I think I was born dead.
I was born dead. That sounds bad.
I was born dead, and then they revived me and got me back to life.
Did that cord get around your neck or something?
Shit, I don't know. I know I was black when I was born.
Well, abortion.
Sucked half of you.
It was an abortion that didn't take. But so then, you know, I supposedly died a couple times later. The only thing I remember seeing, I was in the hospital bed. And this happened. This wasn't like I'm dying, you know, spur of the moment thing. This went on for like a week while I'm in intensive care. Every night, this little boy would come in my room and stand at the foot of my bed. Of course, I couldn't walk or nothing like that. But in my mind, he would tell me to come on. I would get up. I would hold his hand, and we would walk down the hall of the hospital. And then when we get to the very end of the hospital, like the end of the hall, dead end, he would stop, turn around, look at me, and blow his brains out.
Damn.
And that shit happened every night for a week. I mean, to the point where I was like, there's no way, I just can't go to sleep. I don't want to rest. I've got to stay wide awake.
Did you interact with the kid?
Never said a word that I remember. Just hand in hand, walk down the hall, and then that was it.
Why are kids so scary when you think about it? It's like, I could kill this son of a bitch with one punch.
He didn't blow his brains out. The kid blew his own brains out.
I know, that still freaked me the fuck out.
Oh, it was, yeah. I don't know why I talked about it on a podcast. I don't really talk about that. But that was a terrible situation. But as far as, other than that, I don't remember any tunnel or near-death bullshit like that.
Drugs you told me you were on, I'm surprised you were in.
I'm sure that was just an effect of the drugs, but it's weird how every night it was the same damn thing. Yeah. Same kid, same scenario. I was on a lot of medicine, though. But
do you think if you forget?
You would think it would change. Yeah. Yeah,
so you would remember changing your dresses.
Yeah, they gave me that. But anyway, let's move on from that subject. This shit's depressing.
It was, yeah.
I don't know why. That has nothing to do with...
How did we get on that?
I never go to hospitals, and I went to that one.
That had nothing to do with the Clintons, did it?
Nothing. I don't even know how we twisted that around to the Clintons.
Oh, I'm sure...
The fucking Clintons were involved.
Something to do with it.
They were GM
the engineers. Is Rick.
They put a lot of shit in vehicles to where they could control them.
I did see a couple of the deaths that were tied to the Clintons.
Yeah, but it wasn't as many car wrecks as you would think.
But they were like, the vehicle got the throttle accelerator would stick, and they ran into a tree or some
bridge
shit.
or something.
They got a patent for something that can remotely control vehicles.
I was really surprised about the number of plane crashes, though.
Yes.
One of them
killed like 102 people.
I didn't see that one.
They got on a plane and left Washington where they were going to testify because the judge said, we're going to break. So they were going to go home right quick, for a week or whatever and come back. And the plane blew up on the way. Killed 104, 100 and something.
I saw one where they got on the plane and left, and there was like a failure or a fire or something. And they're like, we got to turn around and come back. So they turned around and came back, got a whole new plane, and then that bastard crashed and killed them.
Yeah.
Which I guess
a couple of them just blew up in the midair.
Yeah.
Like they said it was an engine failure.
Yeah.
I think that's Ronald Brown. I think that's how he got the plane crash. He was
Herschel Friday was one of the ones where his plane just blew up.
He knew what was going on in Bosnia during that war.
Oh, okay.
They didn't even include the things I saw. They didn't include the people that she had killed with her, her bullshit policies and whatever the incident where the 4 guys got killed and where they broke into the embassy of Benghazi.
Oh, yeah,
They didn't include any of those deaths.
She was covering up the fact that she was running drugs for the CIA.
Yeah.
She was running drugs for the CIA?
Oh, yeah. The CIA was involved.
Heroin?
She wanted all them guys to die, and she wanted the rebels or whatever, terrorists, to break in and get the server that had evidence of her selling arms to Iran.
Oh, okay.
How much money do you need? At this point, Just calm down, bitch. Go to your island and do whatever you do.
It's about the power.
It's just power grab. They just can't get enough of it. Just like, but that's what I was going to say earlier. If they're getting all this power from drinking
Moloch.
blood or whatever, Moloch, why does that bitch looks like she's going to fall over any time? Every time you see her, she's limping around like...
Because her supply of adrenochrome's been cut.
But not to her. She's the head witch.
Oh, I mean,
she's
been
the
cut severely.
HWIC. She would get all of it.
Well, it depends on which clone you're talking about.
Which clone?
Yeah, she got about 6 different clones.
Oh, my God. It's a Rick and Morty episode.
Gee.
Everything I say can be backed up by me.
Absolutely nothing he says can be backed up by any science
6
or
clones?
facts. I did see a thing about her having clones, but I also saw a thing
There you
about
go.
Dave Chappelle having a clone.
Dave Chappelle is
Who the
also-
hell's going to clone Dave Chappelle?
Maybe it was a practice run.
He just got fat. That's all that was. There's no clone involved.
I don't know about this clone shit.
I don't see why.
I don't know.
I'm sure you can clone a person, but they're going to be a baby, and it's going to take a lot of time for them to grow up.
That's why you haven't seen Ruth Bader Ginsburg for so long. They're cloning her down in Antarctica.
And so is this bitch going to be full grown when she comes back?
Well, they're aging her, accelerated.
There's some sort of age accelerator.
Yeah, of course.
This shit is deep, boy.
Man,
It's all
you
bullshit.
gotta do that thing on Tesla. Think about all the fucking technology that the public is not privy to, that the military-industrial complex is.
You know what they probably did? They probably dissected Benjamin Button and figured out a way to reverse engineer that shit. Just, you old ass bitch, go out there and make up some shit about Benghazi. Look,
that was a horrible movie.
Big guys are sick.
I hated that movie.
Yeah, 13 hours. Is that what-
No, I'm talking about the Jonathan Button or whatever it is.
Benjamin
Button.
Benjamin Button.
Where he aged backwards.
I kind of liked
hated
that movie. I thought it was cool.
I like when he was like 7 wanting to fuck that 40-year-old bitch.
It was a good idea
real
for a
wholesome.
movie. It was, I remember it being kind of twisted.
Yeah, very twisted. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Because he turned into a boy, like in middle age.
Yeah, and he'd been banging this girl
Right.
for years. Yeah, that was weird.
Damn, I want that pussy.
This has turned into I don't know, is this R-rated or...
Y'all just too hard on yourself.
R-rated is a...
Well, look, I don't
Stretch.
want to go too far and lose the 4 listeners we've got.
You are in
If you
no
get-
danger. of
I'm saying we-
losing listeners.
If
No,
you
no,
get
no.
too crazy with it.
The only thing I don't like is we're nowhere near the topic. I mean, we keep coming back and then we'll run away again.
Well, shit, who cares?
People,
Well, then fuck it.
people just want to hear.
I mean, I think they get the gist of it.
It probably is true.
You get the gist. The Clintons are fucking evil. They're killing people.
And killing a lot of motherfuckers.
And probably going to kill us for saying it.
I
So,
doubt it.
No,
But just for the record,
Yeah,
just for the
everybody's-
record,
everybody says
nobody
it.
at this table is going to commit suicide. Well, maybe.
I don't know.
All right.
I might have a bad Thursday. I don't know.
Yeah, it depends on I don't know. It
I will
depends.
never kill myself until I'm in incredible physical pain that the drugs won't touch.
With me, it's going to depend on the barometric pressure and temperature outside.
Okay, how would you, so we'll know to rule that out if the Clintons got you?
Oh shit!
Look, if I die any other way than a bullet in my head
Exactly.
or maybe in my heart, then I've been murdered.
Head.
Yeah, why would you shoot yourself in the heart?
I think that's the easiest way.
People have done that. Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, then that way you can have an open casket and everything.
Who
I don't
gives
know.
a shit?
That's what I want to know. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm putting a 12 gauge under my chin or something.
That's exactly how I.
I'm not going to check. I'm not going to take a chance with a 38 or none of that
Slug.
bullshit. Yeah.
Slug. No bullshit.
Uh,
No,
Buckshot.
I want my family to be able to see me one last time.
I don't know.
That's shit got dark quick, and I'm not doing it. If something happens to me, it's damn cleanse.
Well, when life gives you lemons, kill yourself. That's what I want to say.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm not going to do it. So if it happens to me,
I'll do
if
it
it
for
happened-
you. I'll do it for you.
okay.
Don't
That's
worry about it.
All I know is, hey, y'all write wills, make me the sole beneficiary. We'll see what happens.
You need another Pabst Blue Ribbon. Anyway, look, I think we covered this topic. This shit went off the rails bad.
all right. I appreciate y'all listening.
Yeah.
Hey, this week we've got our stickers made. We got T-shirts made. Appreciate it to our T-shirt guy.
Oh, hell yeah. I forgot about the T-shirts.
And they actually do look good.
Yeah, they're pretty cool
Yeah,
shirts.
they do. I would wear them. And I am about fashion.
Yeah.
If it ain't the best, it ain't touching my body.
Fashionista. Okay. Well, yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. Enjoyed it.